Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Happy Friday to you, and we have got the events for this weekend kicking off in Raid Shadow Legends. We've actually got a 10x, which is exactly what we expected. We're going to have one featuring Battle, Underpriest, and Wither. So I'm going to get you full context on these champions really quickly and let you know my thoughts on the 10x, and then we'll go over everything to expect as we head into the weekend and next week for Raid. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, this is perfectly normal and what we expected to happen because of everything that Plarium is dealing with over in Ukraine. We don't get behind the scenes access to be able to give you guys a heads up. We're kind of playing the game the same way you are as content creators. We're seeing it when it goes live in game, but we do have a good feel for what is going to be coming because Plarium said they're going to be doing the game mostly status quo with all the future stuff kind of on pause right now until they get back to their normal workflow. But since we had 2x voids last weekend, that means that this weekend we expected some sort of guaranteed summoning event or 10x, and we actually had a guaranteed summoning event that I did for Archbishop Pinthroy, which I'm excited to build and do some content on him as well because I think he'll be a fun one to use in the Hydra and stuff. But now, since we knew we were going to have a 10x weekend, that's why we're getting this event. And then next weekend, if you're curious on keeping up with the rotation of shards, next weekend here, about exactly 7 days from now, we should have 2x Ancients launching in game because the rotation goes Ancient, Sacred, Void. We just had Voids, so we're back up to Ancients starting next weekend for the 2x featuring them. But for this 10x that's going on right now for this weekend, we've actually got a lot of solid champions. It's a pretty solid 10x. We actually have two Naric as the featured Void Legendary that I'm lucky enough to have. She's really fun. I can show you mine here really quickly and talk about her for a second. And then we've also got really good non-Void Legendaries in Battle, Underpriest, and Wither. I would say all three of those are probably top 20-ish non-Void Legendaries. So when you remove all of the Siffies and the Krisks and stuff and just focus on non-Void Legendaries, all three of those are probably pretty close to top 20. So we've also got the Void Epic Inquisitor, who can be a very solid DPSer, especially in the context of like the Hydra or some of those Doom Tower waves where you need to snipe a priority target like a Siffi or something. And then all the epics, all the non-Void epics are solid as well. Doom Priest has aged like fine wine. She is seeing more and more value the longer raid goes on with some of these Doom Tower bosses and Hydra and all that stuff with her passive cleansing constantly with the heals. And then we've got Mausoleum, works really good with some of those seer teams. And then Ugo as the epic that is just kind of your general utility, amazing epic, blocking buffs, breaking defense. She's one of my favorite epics in the game. She's definitely top 10 for general utility of epics to kind of help people progress and build up for different areas of the game. So I guess first we'll talk about the featured Void Legendary in Naric. I think she's actually really solid, a very good support that can do both speed buffing and defense buffing. That's rare to have both of those on one ability. You're looking at champions like Siffi that have that, and it's insanely strong in basically any context of the game to increase your speed and toughness. And it's on a 3-turn cooldown, which is amazing. And she's also got, she's kind of like the Void Legendary version of Doom Priest because you get this constant cleanse here on the passive. And I don't need to go over her whole kit, but she is definitely a solid Legendary. Is she worth kind of YOLOing, or if you're close to Mercy on your Voids? Probably not. She is very good though, so there's really nothing wrong with you're never going to be disappointed about summoning her. But if you're going to YOLO a bunch of Voids during a 10x or something, you're probably going to be going after Yumiko, Siffi, Warlord, Krisk, Hegemon, something like that, depending on kind of what you need for your account. But she is an amazing champion for general utility and progression. And then for the other legendaries that are featured in this 10x, obviously Battle, I had to empower him first so that he is at the top and forefront of my champion collection. I actually have to go through and do a bunch of empowering, but Battle was the one I had to do first. Obviously, he is the champion that my channel art is based around and all of that. But yeah, Battle is an incredible legendary as well. All of them, Battle, Underpriest, and Wither are going to be really solid legendaries that are worth kind of pulling during a 10x event where they are featured. So now Wither, I did probably underestimate her a little bit. I actually have a fun video planned either this weekend or early next week about Wither because when I gave my first assessment of her, a lot of people were calling me crazy. So I wanted to do a video where I dive in and talk about were they right for criticizing me, or was I wrong? Was I right? And how that all breaks down, and have a fun discussion about with her. But I do think she is very solid, and you actually see her in certain Platinum Arena compositions because of how good of a healer she is. And then as we move into talking about the epics, I really do enjoy using 10x events as an opportunity to collect epics. I think it's much more realistic because it's a lot easier to get epics than legendaries. So you're going to be proccing the effect of the 10x a lot more often when going for epics. And all of these epics are really good, especially if you don't have probably, like, if you don't have Doom Priest or Ugo and you are a progressing account, I think it'd be a good opportunity to maybe pull during that. But the problem is, if you're a progressing account, you probably want to be pulling during 2x ancient events. So I'm a little bit torn on that. I would probably, honestly, if you're progressing, I would probably hold off and pull during a 2x. But that being said, there are very good champions here in this 10x. So I could understand, especially if you're a little bit more end game and you're kind of champion chasing for a specific thing. I could understand maybe going for a Wither, for example, if you want to put together a really solid defensive tag team arena team or something. So I could see it making sense. But for most of you, usually the drill is, I'm going to recommend the safe thing to do is to make sure and pull when things are during a 2x, and even better when they coincide, when you can double dip and have a 10x that is during a 2x or something. Then as we transition into the tournaments and events, like I said earlier, the game is pretty vanilla at this point, so there's not a whole lot to really go over. There's nothing like a special, fragments up for grab during a fusion, or some sort of only certain factions tournament that you're building special teams for. You've got your normal tag team arena tournament, Fire Night ending today, and then the Ice Golem starting after that with a classic arena takedown. But if you're kind of playing the game as normal, you'll kind of just be slowly gathering rewards from there. There's nothing too crazy to talk about, but the Summon Rush is going to be what coincides with the event from this weekend. If you're pulling shards for the 10x, you'll be getting this stuff. But, I don't see anything out of the ordinary here to really take note of. But if you're pulling during this 10x, you'll get some rewards from the Summon Rush. And then we have an Artifact Enhancement event starting tomorrow. And Dungeon Divers is going to be coinciding currently with the end of the Fire Night, and then also moving in to working with the Ice Golem tournament that'll be live over the weekend. Then for all of the other stuff going on in game, very important to take note of, we will be having a CVC starting here on Tuesday. So in about 4 days or so, that'll be launching. So get your resources ready. You also want to focus on making sure you stay in the right tag team arena tier, because that is a huge source of points when it comes to CVC. And then you've also got a couple days left over the course of the weekend to get those clan quests done. If I pull this up, clan quests, you can see that we've got 3 days left on getting those clan quests done. And then you still got a few days left on things like the Hydra, 4 days left. So just some stuff to kind of focus on over the weekend if you've got time to get that stuff done. And then everything else is pretty normal. The Doom Tower isn't going to be ending for a few weeks. So I would say the main concern right now is determining whether you want to pull for the 10x or not, and then also preparing yourself for CVC. That's going to be launching here in about 4 days on Tuesday. Then we can head into the shop and talk about some of this stuff going on here really quick. So in terms of the mindset for the shop, we don't have anything really prioritizing energy, like a fusion or a 2x for speed in the dragon. The next 2x is going to be ancient shards, so that might be something worth taking note of. As far as the elite sacred pack here, 2 sacreds for $50. I'm not going to plug that in. That is a hard not recommend from me. I think you can spend your money a lot better than throwing $50 at probably 2 4-star chickens. So yeah, not going to be a recommend for me on the first one. So for the pack strings, I wanted to shout out, someone reminded me of this on Reddit, and I should have mentioned this a lot sooner, but my good friend Smiley, who is another content creator, has a really good section on his Discord server where he goes over a lot of these pack strings and kind of tracks them, and kind of, if you are looking for a chronicle of a lot of these different pack strings, you can see them in this Smiley Offers channel over on Smiley's Discord server. So I'm going to link to that down below if you'd like to scan through this. I actually took about 15 minutes and went through and tried to see if I could find this exact pack to go over with, for you guys, but I couldn't find it. Maybe I'm just an idiot this morning and I missed it. But anyway, I'll link to that down below if you want to see the full pack. So typically these ancient packs that end with the ancients and voids are some of the better ones, but you typically don't get amazing value until the end one here. And like I said, if I was able to find it when I scrolled through through, maybe I missed it or something. If I knew the whole pack, I would be more than happy to plug it in for you. But when I was searching this morning to try and find it and asking a few different people, I couldn't find this exact string pack, so I apologize for that. Then for the monthly pack, I haven't plugged this one in for a long time. I usually just kind of tell you what it is. But if some of you are new to Raid or new to the channel, I like to do this every now and then and just plug this in and show you exactly what it's going to grade out to. So we've got the Ancients of 5 and 3 and 1. So it comes out as a 2.30 here on the sliding scale. I actually thought that it used to be better than that. Oh, okay, it's because I put, yeah, see, I knew it, see, okay, caught myself here, so yeah, okay, 2.57, because what I usually say in my videos is the monthly pack grades out as about a 2.5, so it's good that my knowledge caught me making the mistake there on the offer sheet, but yeah, it is about a 2.57, again, if you're gonna see this is a way better money spent than this, like spending $50 on these two Sacreds when you can get the monthly pack and get this for almost half the price. That's what I mean when if you're going to be spending money, you can do it a lot better than spending on something like this Elite Sacred Pack. The Mini Mix, these are okay, but typically I like to buy these when they are like the 101% extra value offers. The Event Advantage Pack, this one's pretty decent if I remember correctly. Let's go ahead and plug this in. So we've got the 15, and then we're going to have the 400 energy. Boom, 1.25 on the silver. Okay. And we got the 3 chicken. This always confuses me with the 2 different numbers in the chicken. But anyway, it's going to be 3 4 stars and 2 5 stars. And then you can't see it, but I will put in the refills here of 5. And it is a 1.23. I could have sworn that one was way better as well, but it looks like... Oh, yeah, okay, see? Gosh, I am just awful at plugging this stuff in. Okay, we've got 3 and 2. Okay, 1.95. So yeah, not amazing and not as good as the monthly pack, but all in all, for a high spender who's a new player, I could see it maybe making sense for that person. And then the last one here, $10 for rare gear is not going to cut it, in my opinion. So alrighty, that does it for our quick Friday wrap-up video. I'm going to head on over to stream and say hi to you guys. If you would like to stop by and say hi, I will link to that down below next to that link to Smiley's server where you can check out all of those chained offers. He does a really good job of going over offers and tracking that stuff as well. He's definitely someone that I would recommend, but I will be over there to say hi to you guys if you would like to stop by and hang out for a little bit. If not, have a great rest of your Friday and a good weekend. I will see you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.